and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be advice for year 7s who are starting secondary school. So if you want to grab a coffee, grab a biscuit, chill out, because this might be a little bit of a long video, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Okay, the first one is friends. Okay, when you're at school, you are going to meet so many different people. Like throughout the whole years of your school experience, you're going to lose friends, you're going to gain friends, and if I'm being completely honest with you, when you leave school, you are only going to come up with probably 3 or 4 of those friends. So make sure you choose them wisely and don't feel like you need to try and fit in, and also don't change who you are, because if people can't accept you for who you are, they are not worth your time. Okay, this is another one, rumours. Sometimes when you start secondary school, you may hear that the school's haunted, that there's ghosts, or other kind of rumours along them lines. 90% of the time they are not true. The place might be haunted, but who knows? We don't really know. But people only do that to over exaggerate, because they like to cause a bit of drama and they like to scare a bit of people. But honestly, you're fine. Non-uniform days. This day, I don't know, they can be alright non-uniform days, but people feel like there's too much pressure, and if I'm being completely honest, just wear what you want. Because obviously there's so many trends going around and so many fashion statements, people feel that they need to fit in with the crowd and they've got to wear the same as what everyone else is wearing. But honestly, if you can't get it, don't worry about it, because there's going to be different trends going around all the time. So if you start to pick up one trend, that one might be over soon and there'll be another one. So honestly, just be yourself, wear what you want, and honestly, you'll be so much better in yourself. Okay, reading out loud in class. This one was a little bit of a tricky one for me. I didn't mind it, but then at times I was like, oh my god, I don't want to do it. Sometimes when you have to read out in class, you get so scared, you're like, oh my god, because obviously you're I don't want to muck up, what happens if I say this, what happens if I do this wrong. If you really don't want to speak in front of the class, try and speak to the teacher, because I'm sure they've heard it before, they'll understand, and they might even try and help you build your confidence and slowly ease you in to do it every now and then. So if you let them know beforehand, hopefully they'll understand more because they've heard it all before. Also, if they're trying to get you to answer a question, just say that you haven't answered it, even if you have, and they won't obviously put pressure on you then. And I used to do that all the time, and it used to work actually. Getting lost. This one is going to happen when you start secondary school, and it's okay if you get lost. It's a new environment, you've never been there before, it's okay to get lost. If you're unsure on where your next lesson is, maybe give yourself plenty of time to try and find where that class is beforehand. And also, if you can't find it then, maybe just ask someone, because they've all been in your situation before, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help. Either ask another student, a friend, or a teacher, because there's always people to help you out. The next one is bullying. This is a sensitive subject, and I've experienced this in my school, and I'm pretty sure quite a lot of people have, which is very sad. Now in this day and age, there are so many different ways people can get bullied. There's cyberbullying, physical bullying, online bullying, you name it, there's loads of bullying. And honestly, you need to just make sure you try and stick up for yourself. Make sure you talk to someone, talk to your friends, talk to a teacher, because there's nothing worse than having to dread getting up and going into school, because you don't know who's going to say what to you, and that's not very nice, is it? You shouldn't have to part with that, and so many people understand. I think actually there may be some people who actually deal with these kind of stuff around school, there are these certain people who try and help and deal with bullying, and they're these friendly people. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, they go around and they help people with this kind of stuff. So please speak out, because you are not alone. Okay, this also links in with speaking out. If you have any personal issues that you feel are playing in your mind and you need to like you need some advice, make sure you like try and speak to a teacher, because it's okay to talk to teachers. And if like you're struggling with things outside of school or in school, they can place you with like counsellors within your school. I know we had a place like the Wellbeing Centre, I think it was called, in my school, and like you speak to like counsellors in the school, and honestly it's so good, and that can help you with the bullying as well. So hopefully like your teachers can place you with the right people in your school, and yeah, because you need to get the right help, and it's okay to talk to teachers. When you're in class, some people might make snarky comments like, oh, you're the teacher's pet and stuff because you always answer questions, you're doing everything the teacher wants you to do. Just ignore that. They're just being petty. Honestly, like, you are there for you. It's your education, it's your life. You are not there for them. Like, obviously you're there to learn. If you meet new people on the way, that's a bonus. Like, it's okay. But don't let other people put you off for your learning, because you are doing everything right, okay? Pressure on your career. Normally at the end of like school you have to like try and think of like what you want to do, and at the age of 16 you have to have a plan what career you want to do. Please don't feel pressured about what you want to do when you leave school, because honestly there's so much pressure that at the age of 16 you have to know it. Some people at the age of 30 don't even know what they're doing. Some people at the age of 10 know what they're doing and they just go down that route. Everyone is different. Don't feel any pressure just because your friends know what they're doing and you don't, because like some people can go to uni at the age of like 20, 25 and they have a job. And see, everyone's different. Like everyone's path will lead them into a different place. Like once you know, you'll know. Relationships. Throughout like your school years, obviously you will meet new people and you may form a relationship, but like don't feel pressured that if most of your friends are in relationships that you've got to be in a relationship. Like you will know when the time is right. Don't put pressure on yourself, because that's when it won't go too good. Like it's okay like if you're not in a relationship. Like you're still young. You are so young, you've got your whole life ahead of you. Just because your friends are in relationships, it doesn't mean you have to. But honestly, take it at your own pace, okay? And just wait. It's okay. It's okay, I promise. Okay, this didn't really happen to me, but sometimes in the corridors at like break times, lunch times, and when you're passing through to get to your next lessons, that the corridors can be quite like cramped. I would say obviously try and stick with like a few friends so you're all together, so it make it a bit easier. But like if you need to leave lesson a bit earlier, try and make sure you're the first one at the door so you can get there in front so you don't get pushed around. But I think it's not honestly as bad as you think though. Like it's just like a little nudge, that's all it is, but you'll be absolutely fine. It's nothing to worry about. Getting detentions. Detentions are not as bad as you think. Like all they are is like, it depends how long you're there for. I think some could be like half an hour, and all you do is like you may write things down, you may do some homework, but honestly everyone makes mistakes in their life and they are not as bad as what people make out. Like no one's perfect, and if you get detentions for your like behaviour, or like if you have like behavioural problems, hopefully like you can seek help within the school, because I know where I went they had like behavioural support and I went there, and hopefully if they pick you up for that then you can get help for that along the way, and that isn't your fault, lovely. Okay, piercings and hair dye. My advice for that, there's not really much advice. However, if you I got my nose pierced done when I was in year 11. My school absolutely hated that. I would suggest maybe like, if you really want to get your nose pierced done, maybe get it done but have a clear nose studding or a retainer, and then cover it with like a bit of makeup so then no one can see it, so it's less obvious. Because when I got my nose pierced done, I have to admit, mine was done with like a really like, it was quite like large, the nose stud, so it was more noticeable. However, with the hair dye, you can't really get away with like having blue hair. So I would recommend like dyeing your hair different colours, like when it's like the summer holidays or like a half term and like semi-permanent. So you can still like have like the joys of like trying out new hair dyes, but you won't get in trouble for it at the same time. Anyway guys, that's everything I've got to say. But remember, everyone is in the same boat when you're starting school. But once you're there, please enjoy yourself, because school can be fun at times. And it does actually go so quick. I know you think it won't, but honest to God, like, it goes so quick. And yeah, thank you for watching guys, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!